Good morning, everyone. Is Philip Ockrent davening with us today, Rabbi Eli?
No.
Okay, just to mention to you that Philip and Susie have Yortzeit today for their son Stephen. It's the first Yortzeit. He was one of the early victims of COVID as a young man in his late 40s, early 50s. And it was completely unexpected. He died very quickly. And it was, of course, a terrible shock left behind a young family. It was really very, very difficult. Anyway, if any of you are close to the Ockrents, I'm sure they would appreciate a call today. Our next Mishnah 3 tells us as follows: Antigonus ish Socho kibel mishimun hatzadik. Antigonus of Socho was the one who received the tradition from Shimon HaTzadik. Hu hayamer. Now his special teachings were as follows: Alti yukavadim hameshamshim et harav al menat lekabel pras. Don't be like servants who serve their master for the sake of receiving a reward. Ela yukavadim hameshamshim et harav shelo al menat lekabel pras. But be like a servant who serves his master without the express intention of receiving a reward. V'hi mora'a shemayim alechem, and let the fear of heaven be upon you. Well, I don't know whether people have the expectation that because they're coming to shul every morning and behaving really well and doing exactly what the Almighty has asked of them, whether that therefore makes them deserving of some kind of special prize. But somewhere in the back of our minds, I guess that is somewhere in our thinking. And Antigonus wants to tell us that that's not the way to go about it. At any rate, here's a story about the Baal Shem Tov, who was attempting to raise funds in a town in order to construct a mikveh, which was very much needed. And he was receiving a very poor response. Obviously, there'd been a number of fundraising initiatives in that town already, and nobody wanted to open their purses and their pockets. In desperation, the Baal Shem Tov approached one of the town's wealthy people, and he promised him a share in the world to come if the man would contribute the necessary sum. And the rich man approved the deal and he agreed to give the contribution, but he insisted on a written document in order to confirm this transaction. And when it was all over, the Hasidim who had witnessed the note turned to their master in wonderment, and he asked them, how on earth could you forfeit your share in the world to come, a reward for which you've been working an entire lifetime? So the Baal Shem Tov answered as follows: first of all, tradition assures us that whatever we give away for a mitzvah, we will be repaid tenfold. So why then, instead of forfeiting my share in the world to come, I've invested in it with every expectation of regaining that and even more. Secondly, life in the world to come would benefit me personally. Mikveh will keep an entire city pure and holy. Surely the welfare of the many stands higher than the benefit of the one, even if the one is me. And finally, I have not worked to win the life in the world to come. I've only sought to perform mitzvot for the sake of the mitzvot themselves, and frankly, for no other reason. And that was entirely consistent with the teaching of Antigonus ish Socho. Rabbi Chanani ben Akashya Meir, Ratz HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Zach Yisrael, lefichach hier b'alem t'mitzvos, שנאמר הנך וזמן צדקו יגדיל תורה ויגדיל.
Amen.